Hey guys, hope everyone's well. Just going to do a quick video going over the new sheet and some of the new features on it so everyone knows how best to use it. So this is your sheet, or this is a test sheet I should say. So there's two tabs at the bottom, your week numbers 1 to 4 or whatever it may be. Then you've got dashboard here. So when you first get the program, you must fill this out for it to calculate numbers for your program. So the first thing you must fill out is this stuff in here. So these are your squat, bench and deadlift rep maxes. So if you don't know these, just use your best estimate. And what this will do, so you fill out this here, squat. So this person, for example, 72.5 for 12, 87 for 8, 100 for 4, 110 for 1. Okay, now what this will do behind the scenes is create a custom RPE chart for each individual lift. I'll go over that maybe a little bit later. So this is the first thing you need to fill out. The second thing you need to fill out is this. So this is what you believe some of your best lifts are on the following. If these aren't in your program, you don't have to fill them out. It's not necessary, but may come in use in future. But if you don't know them, that's fine. You can always just fill them out with your best estimate. But if we're not doing them, it doesn't matter because it won't use them for calculation. So once you've filled out these two things, then go on over to your program. So here we go. So this will be the next day of competition. So make sure that I know that, so we can count down towards it. So 7.5 weeks out, this person. Right, so let's run through. So here you've got squat. So it's competition squat. So that is however you do a competition squat. May it be low bar, high bar, with a belt, with your O shoes, without O shoes. Try and get as specific as possible to this. So based off the numbers you put on the dashboard, it will give you an estimated of what you should be looking to do. So 88 kilos for one set of 6 out of 7 is based off of what was written on the dashboard. So here we go. We've got, so this day, for example, is a 6 at 7, a 6 at an 8, a 6 at a 9, and then 3 sets of 6 at an 8. So in here are the estimated numbers for that. So I rounded them to just the 1 kilo rather than 2.5, just so you can make the decision of what you wish to load on the bar. So this person may choose 87, or they may choose 90 if they're feeling good. So they might do 87 for 7, 87 for 6 out of 7, 92 for 6 at an 8, 95 at 6 at a 9, 92 for 6 at an 8. Okay. So the first thing you look at, this is your guide. So that is important, but what you want to be looking at is the sets, the reps, and the RPE goal. And then next to this, we've got a column here, actual. So in this column here, I want to write what you actually did next to the estimated, and the actual RPE next to the estimated. So this person, instead of doing 88, which I didn't imagine they'd do, they did 87.5, and that was a 7. That's great. Instead of doing 92, they did 90. And 95, they did 95, and that was bang on the RPE. So this was in line. Fantastic. However, they did 3 sets of 6 at 90, not 92, and they called that an 8.5. So slightly harder, but that's fine. So what this person could have done is maybe drop the weight a little bit more to make sure they're getting all sets at an 8, but otherwise missing something by half an RPE isn't bad. So when you fill these numbers in here, this will calculate this number here. So you've got squat, bench and deadlift numbers in this case, and what this does here is it looks at what you've actually done at your actual RPE and creates your predicted max. But these predicted maxes are based off of your custom RPE chart. Again, we'll go over that in a minute. So, but when you get these, when you get the program straight away, all these numbers will be filled out, and as default, the actual will be set to the estimated. Even if you hit the actual X estimated number, you must write over it to get your predicted numbers. Otherwise, this at the top will remain 0, 0, 0. These numbers here will be used to calculate your volume, shown at the bottom. Let's continue with week 1, day 1. So, in order of how I want you to do things, I want you to turn up to the session, and here, I want you to look here first, feelings before the session. And this is a drop down menu, and I want you to fill all these out. So this is going to work out how recovered you are and how sore you are. In the top left here, you've got a gauge, and this gauge in the green means you're really well recovered. In the orange means you're somewhat recovered, but if it's in the red, it means you're probably dying. So we need to change things up there. So this is going to be absolutely fantastic for helping me know when you're starting to get really beat up, or inversely, when you're just absolutely cruising through the program, it's not a struggle for you, it's too easy, because you need more stimulus to grow, so I need to throw some more stuff at you. So these are going to be really important to fill out every single session. You fill these out and you get one of these gauges per session, and at the end of the week you get an average, and this is potentially more important. And this is really what I'm going to be looking at, how you're recovering week to week, because then I really know if you need to add in more work or whether it's just an off session. So let's continue. So again, this person next up, so they've got wide grip bench for a set of 7 at a 6, set of 7 at a 7, set of 7 at an 8, and then 3 sets across at an 8. Again, this person did 40, 42, 47, 45. And they listed their RPs next to it, and that's fantastic. So here we've got deadlift, set of 5 at 6, 5 at 7, 5 at an 8, 5 at an 8, 2 sets 5 at an 8. So again, just filling out the RPs next to it. So I presume this was an 8 and an 8. But what this will do is calculate your estimated maxes. And the best estimated max of the day out of these numbers will be put up here. Okay, try and think. Okay, so here we go. Here we've got some assistance work. These are somewhat optional. The main work is the priority, 100%. This is the bulk of the stuff. This is what you must be doing. The assistance work is important, and if you have time, I really want you to get through as much as possible. It's also possible, if you are struggling with time, to do 4 days a week of all the main lifts, and then compile some of the assistance work and have an assistance day where you get in and out within an hour. Okay, so the assistance is listed as such: priority 1, upper priority 1, upper priority 2, upper priority 3. So this is an upper body day focus, and here each one has got a drop down menu, so you've got the choice of doing any of these. Upper priority 1 is always going to be a back work, because I believe you can train that every day of the week, and I have for ages, and anyone I work with does as well. So let's explain this a bit more. So you've got a choice of what you want to do. However, these ones here with the hashes next to, pen lay and bent row, I put hash next to them because they're more stressful. These are going to be more stressful than lat pull down due to the lower back and slight hamstring engagement. So if you did bent rows every single day, you'd probably be a bit fried. So I want you to stick to 1 or maybe 2 of the ones with hashes per week. So let's just say you chose to do straight arm pull down. So for triceps, you got upper priority 1 is going to be triceps. Cool. So let's say, here we go. So JM press and skull crushers. These are again more stressful exercises to the elbows. Depending on who you are, you may want to wrap your elbows for this, or use an elbow sleeve if you're going heavier. I like to do these when my arms are very full of blood and very warm. I wouldn't do these sort of cold. So sort of up to you on that, but I'd definitely be careful of the ones with hashes, unless you're doing them all the time anyway. So again, if you're good at dips, do dips. If you're not good at dips, don't do dips. If you can do one dip, don't do dips for 5 sets of 10. That makes no sense. So obviously you can do them assisted if that's possible. But yeah, so just again, pick one of these. Again, don't want you doing too many stressful tricep exercises per week. It'll be up your elbows and it'll affect your bench. So assistance work is really important in my opinion. However, you do not want it to be such that it's detracting from your main work. Oh, I did so many, push downs and so much of this, so much of that, so much of this, that my elbows hurt so much and it's affecting my bench. Well, that's not smart. We're powerlifting, we're trying to increase the total, and that's the goal. So you've got to be careful and mindful of all these things. Okay, so let's say we did tricep push downs. Okay, upper priority 2. Oh. So these are either curl variations. You got pec deck in there. Love the pec deck. Dumbbell flies, cable crossovers, side raises, front raises, and barbell raises. So again, pick whichever you wish. I would definitely like you to rotate and get curls in there once or twice a week at least. These are fantastic for bicep health. I have struggled with tendonitis a lot, and every time curls are in there, I seem to do a lot better with bench, just because I've got less tendonitis. So they're really good for keeping tendons healthy. Also, another note on assistance work as well is when you're doing your assistance work, take it seriously. Embrace the bodybuilder. Really concentrate on what you're doing. Don't just throw weights around. Try and get a good contraction. Try and focus on the muscle you're working, because this will carry over better to your main lifts. And what's the intent of this particular part of the workout? It's to build muscle. It's for rehab. It's to recover the tendons. So you need to be treating it as such. So you need to be getting good contractions with good form, and you're going to build more muscle. So again, play around with these things depending on what you want to do, but just try and be intelligent. Try and get a couple of mixed variations per week. Flip them up. Just have fun. Also, as well, if you want to add anything to the fluff and puff section, the assistance work stuff, just let me know. And what I can do is, this is how it's listed out here for you to see: priority 1, 2, and so on. And these are the exercises that are currently in there. So if you wanted to add anything to this, let me know and I can add them in there. Okay. I think it's really important that you enjoy training. It's great just doing powerlifting and just doing the main lifts, but you have to enjoy it, otherwise you won't come to the gym. And the more you come to the gym, the more enjoyment you have, the better you do. I promise you. So, and again, you can note your assistance work weights down here and some general notes down there. Fantastic. So here we go. Another day. Just quickly run through this. So this day is slightly different. So it says warm up, working down set. Okay, you can excuse that. Just focus on this. Sometimes this makes sense, and other times it doesn't. That was just really a formatting thing, and maybe I'll change that at some point. But everyone's program is different. What you really need to be focused on is what exercise you're doing, how many sets, how many reps, at what RPE. This is an estimation based off the things you put into the dashboard. So this day, for example, is sets of 5 at 8. How many sets of 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 5s at an 8. And then put in your actual next to it. So yeah, great. This example, sets of 8 at a 7. So this person was doing well, and last set, a little fatigued, hit an 8. Fine. Then you get your predictor at the top. close grip, sets of 6 at an 8. This person did 42, 7, 8, 9. They sort of worked up a little bit. That's fine as well. Yeah, no, that's fine. Average RPE is 8. Okay, so here we've got different assistance works here. If you're ever unsure, ask me or Google. Yeah, no, and if you're ever unsure of just how to do a specific exercise, or you want me to go through how I would like you to do them, every day has got slightly different variations. So this is priority 1, lower priority 1, priority 2, and upper priority 2. So you've got quad dominant, you've got hip dominant stuff, so loads of glutes. This will be great for your Instagram game. No, I'm just kidding. But it might be. I mean, shit, I've got so many followers since I've been doing this stuff. Anyway, so yeah, again, pick one of those. It says 5 sets of 10. It might say 4 sets of 10. Just do something similar. 3 to 5 sets of 10 to 12. Somewhere in that region. Sometimes do 8s if you want. You know, sometimes you want to get pump on, do 20s. That's also fine. Have fun. This is playtime. Like this, just have fun. You know, don't be silly. And I want you to work hard. I don't want you to just curls. You know, you're talking, haha, yeah, nice, great, and then you're talking while you're doing a set, and you do 10 reps and put it down, and you could have done another 10 more. Like, take it seriously. Like, because if you're gonna do it, take it seriously. Otherwise, don't bother. Like, I want you to work hard, and it'll pay off. Okay, cool. So high bar, sets of 6 at an 8. How many sets of 6? 6 sets of 6. Fantastic. 4 5s, 7, 8, and then a 9, and then another set of 9. Then you've got feet up bench, set of 6, set of 7 at an 8, and 2 sets at an 8. So again, the main thing you're looking at is the reps, the RPE, the amount of sets you've got to do. The estimated will give you a guide. It's nothing more than that. It's just a guide based off of what you've put in the dashboard and your custom RPE chart. Cool. This day's got slightly more upper body work. So you've got face pulls, rear delt work in there. Rear delts are great. I'd throw them in more if possible. Yeah, I think they're great for keeping the shoulders healthy a lot. But obviously you're doing back every day. But extra rear delt work is really important. Again, if you've got any weak points to work on, obviously you could throw that in there as well. But I do think that's it's a good one for keeping the shoulders healthy. So your bench will be going up, and also creates a better shell for the squat. So, right. So this is deadlift, bench, and snatch grip stiff legs. So this looks horrible. Sets of 11 at 6, 7, 8, and then 2 sets at an 8. And then that's followed by hip thrust, potentially leg press, reverse lunges, split squats, kettlebell swings. And follow that with some more quad stuff or ab stuff. Right, so down the bottom here, this only really works when it's all filled out properly. So this is what you should have roughly done this week, percentage wise. This is what you've actually done this week. This is your average RPE of the week. This is in kilos, the tonnage of the week. Again, not too important to you. This is the split of the week. Squat, bench, deadlift. These do not have to be equal. This just happens to be equal. And this is the gauge of recovery over this entire week. This is where I want you to write at the end of the week. I want you to write loads and loads and loads of stuff about this week. I also want you to write in here notes on the sets. That would be really important for me and you. Looking back, I want you to look back and use this like when you're on week 2. Right, what did I do week 1? Right, what did I say about it? Right, sit back more on squats. That worked. Or, you know, drive knees forward out of the hole. That worked for me. I want you to be writing stuff in there for you and me to read. Then this is what I want you to write about the week, and this is where I'll respond to that. So this is the volume over the next 4 weeks for this particular person. So squats sort of tapering down a little bit, bench a little bit too, but deadlift sort of up and down a little bit, fluctuating. But this person is 7.5 weeks out, so no need to be tapering too hard. And again, that's the total volume with the split going down. Right. Let's just quickly go over custom RPE charts and something else on the dashboard. So this is a top set estimator. You don't have to use this, but it might be fun. So let's just say you've just done 140 for 1 and it was an 8. And then after that, I want you to do sets of 8 at an 8. Okay. Say this was a deadlift, 140 for 1 at an 8. Then you've got to do 8 at an 8. This would be your target, roughly. This would be a good estimate for you. 112 for 8. And based off your different RPE charts, you'll get different numbers. So if you're someone that is really good at reps on deadlift, can rep 85, 90% for 10 plus reps, your 1 rep max is not going to be what the average predictor would say. Because we both know you're good at reps. You can do 90% and you do it for 8 to 10 reps, but then you can only add 10-15 kilos to the bar and you fail. So you've got to have a custom RPE chart which says, okay, well, you're good at reps, so let's add a bit more weight to the bar. You know, okay, yeah, that's great, but you're probably only going to deadlift 15 kilos more, and we allow for that, and it will give us better predicted and better estimated numbers for training. So this person, 140 for 1 at an 8, if this was a squat, they drop it to 110. If it was a bench, 110 as well. If it was a deadlift, 112. So they're slightly better at deadlifts. Reps, they're slightly better at deadlift reps. And it doesn't matter what way your chart looks or anything. It's just individual to you. I'm good at deadlift reps. I'm pretty good at bench reps as well. I'm not really good at squat reps. So my chart would look different to theirs, and so on, and different to yours. So behind the scenes, there are 3 separate pages, and this is working out your custom RPE chart. Isn't it pretty? So I'll show you them briefly. Again, you don't need to look at these. They're hidden because they're boring, and these are doing the calculations behind the scenes. So they look, it's this one here, the distribution of light blue to dark blue is different to this one and different to this one. So we've got a closer cluster here and a wider distribution here. This will help calculate this person's estimated numbers. So I'll hide these away because you need to see them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where you need to start out the program. Make sure you fill everything out. Also, if you have a good squat session and you want to update this, 97 for 6 at a 9, this person's estimated max just went up. These numbers are going to change, and all these numbers are going to update and increase. So okay, let's change that back. Let's just show you a good example. So here we go. This person did 95 for 1 at a 6 at 9. That was the estimated 95 for 6 reps at a 9. But they actually did 95 for 6, and it was an 8. The predictor goes up to 119. Fantastic. So then we look to next week, and their numbers have gone up. So now they're looking at 98 kilos for 5s at an 8. And equally here, this number has now changed. 98 is what they should have been doing for a set of 6 to be a 9. So obviously you can't go back in time, but we're looking forward and we're saying, right, we can add a little bit of weight next week. So what it will do is it will get you aiming for some of your best numbers to try and beat. And I do want you to be controlled aggressive. I want you to think, right, I've done 5s at an 8 at 85. I want to add 2.5 kilos to that, and I want to do 87 for 5s at an 8. And if that comes up in your program next, I want you to try and do 87. If the first set or second set's a bit hard, take it back a little bit. But I want you to try. I want you to try and actively add a bit of weight to the bar. If it's touch and go sets of 8 and you do them at 45, try and build up to the point you're looking to do 47. You know, if it's, you know, the numbers don't matter. Just try and add weight to the bar in a controlled manner. You're thinking, you're not just, oh, chuck another 5 kilos on, even though it's not there that day. You know, be smart about it, but I want you to try and actively add weight to the bar, because that's what it's about. And I want you to try and get these estimated maxes up. But also at the same time, while that is true, I want you to stay true to the RPEs, and I want the RPE goal to be similar to what you're actually doing. I don't want to see 8s and you're doing 6s. I don't want to see, because you're sandbagging. I don't want to see 7s and you're doing 8.5s, 9s. These are there for a reason. So I want you to try and stick close to these. Trying to think, is there anything else to go over? I think that's pretty much it for the new program, the new sheet. Yeah, just fill these notes out. Stay true to the goals. Write in the actual next door. This will create all your volume for you, and this will create your average intensity and our average RPE. Fill the gauges out. Fill this out every session. This is very important. This will help monitor your program, because it may change week to week. It's all great looking at what this person's doing on week 4, but I might change it between there and there because this is too easy. Right, let's get up into the red. Okay, this is more like it. Okay, let's take it back. Bang. You know, we can. It will change regularly. It's not set in stone. It's not set in stone. If I want to add more work, and I will. If it's too easy for you, I'll add more work. If it's too hard, I'll take a little bit away. And we'll constantly change, and your program's going to be in flux. If you have a good workout and you put in your new estimated maxes, all your numbers go up. If you had a worse workout and you want to slightly take a little bit off your close grips because you've been really struggling recently, and you want to take it back a little bit because you found out you're bouncing them too much, you take it back a little bit and your program changes. The program is in flux if you want it to be, and you can update the dashboard as much or as little as you wish to get better estimated maxes and better predicteds. Equally as well, if you feel that these squat rep maxes are changing because you did 50 kilos for 10 at an 8, i.e. 10 plus 2, that's 12, you update this 50 kilos, bang, and these numbers change here. The estimators change because your custom RPE changes. If you change this to 40, yeah, all these numbers change. Every time I change this number, the numbers change. Let's take that back. So as you can update this and update these, your program will be constantly moving. The better you update these things, these recovery markers, the better I'll be able to see how well recovered you are. So the more you put into this and the more notes you write, the better we'll be able to both do out of this. And it's really important that you do as much as you can into this program and take it seriously, because you're going to get more and more out of this. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's super important. Just these numbers here, you just got to start wanting to add more to them. You want to add more to the bar. You got to visualize it, and you got to try and work towards it and do as much as you can. And just follow the program, and it's about putting the right weight on the bar and lifting it the right amount of times. That's so true. So that's what you got to do. Is just try and stick the right weight on the bar, and do it for the right amount of reps at the right RPE every single session, and you're gonna get very strong. So yeah, that's it. And just write as many notes as you can, and we'll go from there. But it'll be yeah, really appreciated. I think that's pretty much it. This video's probably gone on a bit long, but it was good to do. Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions whatsoever at all, and we can go over things. Most programs 4 days a week. If you want to train 5, that's fine. Have a conditioning day. Don't be stupid. Don't run a marathon. You can do light conditioning stuff. I either go for a swim, 45 minutes. I also go for a walk for 1 to 2 hours on the weekend. There's plenty of stuff you can do for recovery. You can also do conditioning, little extra workouts to work on weak points. Again, just play it smart on those days if you want to do something. If you want to do some steady state cardio, if you want to do some intervals, if there's something you've always done, don't stop doing it because of this program. Oh, if you always do yoga 3 times a week, don't stop doing it. You know? So there are options there for stuff, and just let me know what you're doing and if you're going to start adding extra stuff, because I need to know, because it might affect things. But that sort of stuff can be important mentally as well. If you're used to training 5-6 days a week and you cut down to 4 and you're getting restless, it's probably good to go to the gym and do something. You could even just put some of your resistance work and put it on that day, so you've got something to do. Again, that's up to you. Yeah, and a little note on rest times, like if you're resting 5 minutes in between set, that's too long. If it's an RPE 6, wait a minute or something. 7, 2 minutes. 8, 3 to 4 minutes, about 4 minutes. 9, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And 10, take as long as you need. That's a rough guide. Obviously you might find that you're recovered, ready to go, but that's just a rough guide. Again, on squat, that might beat you up if you're doing sets of 10, as opposed to bench where you're doing singles. 2 different extreme examples. You might find you're really quick to recover on bench, do a set out of 10, bang, I can go again 2 minutes later. Again, those are just guides, but there is a lot of work to do, and if you're gassing, doing RPE sets at 7 and your workout's taking 2 hours long and plus more than that, and you've not done your whole workout, you know, be smart, go in, get work done. When you're training, train, work hard, don't be on your phone. Don't sit on Instagram. You got hours and hours and hours and that for that when you get home. So just go in and do work and yeah, focus and try and add weight to the bar. But anyway, let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll get back to you.